And thank you again, all. It was nice seeing y'all mingle out there. We're starting now the second half, beginning with a live demonstration from Selamino on Tizita. Followed by that is going to be another live demonstration of Zarafewa by Maritu. So I'll let someone take it away.
Thank you, Amano. I'm not trying to play the whole song, but I just wanted to show how I attempted Mahmoud's Tizita, the minor one. Then there is a very interesting story behind Zarrafewa. So I'll try to play that and I'll tell you the story after that. That was Mahmoud's minor Tizita, and I'm building on it. I just wanted to save some, maybe for repeat this event in the future. Then I'll play more Getachew Casas, Tizita, Bazaworks, because all of them had their own way of playing Tizita. Now to the second one, Zarrafewa. Zarrafewa, when we were at Ras Hotel playing with the IBEX, we were ready to record the IBEX instrumental in 1976. It's already out now. It's a double vinyl. So I don't know Zarrafewa, how it was sang. So I never heard a singer sing that song. So Tedros Mutukul, the saxophonist, is the one who showed me how to play it on the saxophone. So it didn't make sense, I'm telling you. Friday will come and he would say, let's play Zarrafewa. Oh, now it's, because I didn't get it. So I asked Teddy, can you find me a recording of Zarrafewa? No, there's no recording, because a couple of them, maybe 3 ladies sang Zarrafewa, Tagenyo Haile, and the rest, then Maritu. So luckily, there was a music store near Ras Hotel. He found me one. That completely changed my life. When I heard Maritu's Zarrafewa, I can say I found myself on the guitar. So I'll just show you what Teddy gave me first. Then I'll play what I heard from Marito's cassette. It was someone like this. It's just like a beginner guitar. But when I heard her on the cassette, this is what I got. Then my guitar style completely changed. You can listen to it on Ramalama album and the IBEX instrumental. Then I stopped copying foreign musicians. I listened to them just to get some skills, but I started using them on our own traditional songs. That's when everything changed. So whatever you listen on most of the songs, Hai Johannes, Ephraim Tamlu, Mahmoud, from Talahun being the very first, until Deutsche G that I played, and everybody in between. I used those styles, and that sound became Selamino's sound. And all the guitarists started following that. Not only the guitarists, the keyboard players started using for the 6/8 rhythmic guitar style. Then I started employing all those styles on our recordings. I'm not only a guitarist now, I think I'm a brand.
Heavy on the brand. This man is 70 something. By the way, doesn't look a day over 50. Knows more features on Instagram than I do. So we're going to transition over to talking a little bit more about ROHA. What was that transition like from IBEX band to ROHA band?
Bands in Ethiopia usually keep on changing names. They reorganize whenever someone leaves the band or, they feel like it. So in the case of IBEX, most of the IBEX band members wanted to go to Sudan, Khartoum. There was a hotel there, Intercontinental Hotel. They wanted to go there. So me, Giovanni, and Fakadu didn't want to go because the pay was extremely low. Like $15 a day, food and lodging, taken care of. Well, I mean, we have families here in Addis, so what are we going to do with that? So we told them, we're not coming, we're not going with you guys. But they had their own aim. They didn't want to stay in Khartoum because, I cannot explain that now. It's very long, political situations included. Most of them had to leave Ethiopia. Then everybody was discouraged. Giovanni said, no, I don't want to continue because we graduated from Addis Ababa University, and we can go work somewhere else, So Giovanni started working at a certain place. Then I didn't want to stop because I practically fought with my parents. They love music. My parents love music. It's a musical family, but it's only church music. That's what they want. Secular music was not a thing for them. So we had that problem. And, I fought and I said, I have to show my parents by playing, what's wrong in playing secular music, They would attach the drinking, smoking, and all the odd things, the sleep cycle. They would do that. But if I take care of that, why not? Music is music as music, So I told Giovanni, no, we don't have to stop. First of all, it's a gift from God. That's what I believe. I have seen a lot of musicians concerning the guitar. They play guitar, they, play jazz or whatever and run on the fret. They don't make sense. But I make sense if I do one note. People will love it. Why is this? This is because it is a gift. It's a gift. Yeah, I believed in that. Then I told Giovanni, please, even for you, it's a gift. So eventually we can do other things, to make money, to earn a living, but we don't have to stop music. So what do you want to do? We have to form another band. Okay, what, what's in your mind? I told him, step by step. He agreed. Then the name ROHA came. I didn't know, nobody knew about ROHA because a friend of ours who was working at the ETO, Ethiopian Tourism Office organization, they brought us 14 names, birds' names, rivers, mountains. So those were a bit longer, but ROHA was 2 words that captured our. So we said ROHA. Then I was at the university then, and I went and asked my archaeology inspector, Dr. Alam Seged Abai. I told him that we're forming a new band, so we chose this name, but we don't have any clue. He told me, okay, go to Kennedy Library and read the book by Professor Sergo Haile Selassie, Medieval Ethiopia. That opened everything. So ROHA was the previous name of Lalibela. So we started philosophizing. I brought that to Giovanni and Levon. Rest in peace. Levon is not with us anymore. We started philosophizing. So bands usually start from school friends, classmates would organize a group, down, up. But ours is up, downwards, because we know everything, so we had to decide. So it's similar to the rock-hewn churches of Lalibela. It's from up to the top, yeah. So we started philosophizing and we accepted the name, we believed in it. Then the band was formed. So we chose these musicians from different places. So that's how it started.
What a story. Up next, we're going to play a song of ROHA band's very popular song. Many of you probably heard it before. Fakre Telemeni. by Teklis Fazgi, backed by ROHA Band. Love that tune, by the way.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and play that.
I used to, tears used to come down my cheeks because Takle was a very good friend of mine. We were very close. So when he passed away, it was very emotional. And whenever I play Fikret Al-Mani, I used to cry. Yeah, but not anymore.
It's on the Grace album, right?
Yes,
Fikret
I
Al-Mani.
kept on repeating it on my all my instrumental
Wow.
collections because it's very special for me.
Yeah, I felt the energy just listening to it. We'll play it here, guys.
Okay.
في موت كي وصدني غريت لأمني طاريت نمني بس كيف غرق في موت كي وصدني أنا بفقر طين قطع زركو نزيت خول النين عقلي مرتكو ايوتيك على فون الناس سغف ايوتيك على فون الناس سغف بالسلسلة صغرين عياتكني لبي وزيدك يا أبغد كيفتني يطبين على قرعتك مثني يطبين على قرعتك مثني فغريت لمني بس كيف فغرق في موت كي وصلني فغريت لمني فغريت لمني بس كيف فغرق في موت كي وصلني قبر يزل طيقة قلبي لبين صوتك كيف غاب كيفتك كورتون قرني مثلات قريبكي كورتون قرني مثلات قريبكي أنا بالفقر طنت العبيدي نعيب وحيون عقل صبري نتسامح وسبكا بكل سبيلي نتسامح وسبكا بكل سبيلي نزيت خول النين عطي مرتكو هيوتي حلفون الناس تسقط هيوتي حلفون الناس تسقط بالسلسلة تضرين عياتين كني لبي وسيك يا صوت كيفتني يتبين اللوخ عدل كمثني 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 يتبين اللوخ عدل كمثني
What a special.
There's a
special
very interesting story behind all those recordings, the video recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And first, when ROHA band was formed, it was the black and white TV era. That was 1982, 83. So 1984, 1983, we recorded Sahay Johannes, Finchetwa, and everything, Kuku Sabsebe. That was a big thing then. Then in 1984, it was the 10th anniversary of Derg. Color TV came. So that's when we recorded Mahmoud's Noise, Takles, Kuku, everything. So one thing we had, the problem we had was the studio. They had one studio, at the studio station, and they had a mobile studio as well. Both of them didn't work. They couldn't take the whole sound of the band, fit for TV. So we came up of an idea. Then we said, no, this is not going to work. So just play the cassette we've recorded. We'll just mime. All those songs you see on video that ROHA band did, we mimed. That's why we were very tense. What will happen next? Mahmoud had to lip sync, and he misses, everybody, all of us, So that was not backwardness. That happened everywhere, even in Europe, everywhere. Yeah, it's a new technology, So we that I think that was a very interesting story to tell. Some of them they used to joke. They used to even write on newspapers. They sometimes drove us crazy. They would say we were extremely popular, but they would write, "Okay, ROHA band is popular. We love their songs, but why are they not moving? They're not dancing or moving." In some of them, what they said is, what funny thing, some of them said, even their doesn't move. But it was funny, but it was the order of the day, so we had to accept that, and it worked. It worked really. All of us, we go back and look at those videos. Very interesting, and we're glad we recorded them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were very hesitant at the time. We told them no, it's not going to work because the light system in the studio, like I said, I don't want to say butcher shop. That's why meat factory. But it's the light is so, I don't know, 2,000 watts, 3,000 watt, and before recording, all of us would be sweating, and and recording that with the sweat and everything and transmit it was not right. So we had to stop it. But later on it worked, and especially when they came to Dion and recorded whatever you heard, you saw that. Takletas Fazgis, Mahmoud's, Noais, we were very happy that they did it. We were happy as well that we, now, as I look at it in retrospect, it's the most beautiful thing. We're part of the music revolution of Ethiopia. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah,
we're very extremely happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can still hear it today. You can still hear it today. Professional mime. I didn't even know that. Is there like a particular performance or tour for ROHA band that stands out in your memory?
Yeah. Start from the beginning. We were popular. So yeah, we were,
ROHA Mania. I heard about ROHA Mania.
ROHA Mania, yeah. Just like the Beatle Mania, we had ROHA Mania. Young kids, hundreds of them following us, following our bus, ROHA, ROHA, ROHA. We couldn't even, go to, restaurants or whatever. We had to. That was love, really. Especially the dark time, every entertainment was curtailed, that. And the TV we were watching were like General Hospital, some Russian movies. So people wanted an outlet, So our music was, I'm telling you, that was an incredible feeling for a lot of them. It was an escape. So that's how it is, man.
But still, I need to know what your favorite tour was. There's a lot of places that you guys went to.
Yes. A lot of places. I cannot say a particular tour, but what excited us very much was the first one. While with IBEX, we filled the stadium. 35,000 people were listening to us. That was,
That's the one in Addis Ababa Stadium, right?
Exactly.
On the back of this Chagol Beta.
Yes, it's this one.
Let's see here. Yeah, that's the one. Wow.
This is the one. Well, it's not this guitar.
Yeah.
Look at me. You cannot see me.
That's your Yamaha.
Thin. I'm very thin.
Yeah.
I'm invisible, Look.
I see it.
Almost 35,000 people were at the stadium.
That was your Yamaha, though, right? Your Yamaha guitar before this one.
Yamaha before this one, yeah. And that was a big thing for us. Then, for the first time, we went to Djibouti. That was our first leg of tour, going to Djibouti. And Djibouti they had amphitheater that can hold maybe 3,000 people. And it was packed. Every day we played, it was packed. It was a new thing for us. So that was the second thing. The third one, after we went to Dubai, Emirates, and Yemen, Sana'a, all those places. Then we had to go to Europe. That was another excitement, and Mulatu joined us. then, and we went together to France. We had a couple of shows there, and we went to Spain and a couple of shows there in Madrid and Barcelona. That was a big thing. Yeah, those three that I remember.
Amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
What advice would you give to young Ethiopian musicians trying to preserve cultural authenticity while innovating?
Okay. Before I answer that, I remembered that ROHA mania, in the style. This was the style, ROHA style. And I'm telling you, this was there forever.
Yeah.
And a couple of guys, comedians, noticed this. And we never had an idea. Me, I had this since I grew, But it changed color, but, this is the same thing. That's it. So he liked the style and advertised that on stage. That's when we followed this is style, just like Beatles. Beatles had that hairstyle, on their forehead, so why not take this? Yeah. So it was very popular that when we went to Dredda, while I was walking by barber shop, I saw a list of, Jontra Kurt. Then some other styles as well. Then finally, ROHA style. So we even ruled the fashion industry at the time. Yeah. And on top of it, Walia's band were at the Hilton Hotel. And the place itself required that they wear uniforms, and they had, a dozen of uniforms.
Yeah.
Other guys in the Dalak band as well, they had, but ROHA band, that traditional
the cultural clothing,
yes, clothes, we are the ones who designed that. And we told them to do the embroidery.
There was a slight variation to it.
Yes, and it's like a wing. I cannot explain it.
A wing.
We had the the extension of the cloth, and that was a style. And up to now, if you go to the traditional dress, where they make those things, they will tell you, So we had only one uniform, and that became very popular.
So any advice that you'd want to give for Ethiopian musicians trying to maintain that cultural authenticity while innovating?
Okay. I think I qualify to give advice.
Of course. What?
Considering the
half a century.
Half a century. And even further, if you want, we can, if pilots count their time, the flight hours, So mine would be for plus 400,000 flight hours. So I qualify to give advice, but that doesn't mean that I know better, because technology has changed, and we hear a lot of beautiful things. So the young ones don't really need a lot of advice, but very few. There's a concept in Ghana, the Akan tribe. They call it Sankofa. Sankofa means go back and get what is yours. Go back to the roots. Even the emblem is a bird turned her head to get her eggs, roots, the root is very important. I have seen that. I told you earlier about the Zarafi Wat. That really changed me completely. And even foreign musicians would appreciate that style because it's unique, it has become unique. And my friend Steve Kiviat is here. He's a very known journalist, and he's been following me from, Bati, era Bati in Jara, and he was writing articles. Then once I remember he wrote, Salam is not a blues guitarist. He's not a jazz guitarist. He's not even a country guitarist. It's just because I am me. That's why. So I don't know if you remember that, but I saved it. I think I saved that. Yeah. Even if you deny. So that really helped me. So I want the only advice I want to give is all young musicians should learn the skills of the Western music. The Western musical instrument is not ours. We learn the skills from that and try to use it, like what the karar would do, what the masinko would do. If we listen, if we are critical listeners, and the way the karar is played, we can pick some ideas from that, and we can be unique throughout the world and come up with a unique style, on karar, playing karar, what sounds is what you don't press. On guitar, what sound is what you press. There is difference. So even in style, there will be some, and the violin and the masinko are not the same. That one has a different feel, So you, not technologically, but duplicated. Like I told you earlier, when I listen to absorb, not to imitate, only. So if you absorb and you keep it in the back of your head, that's the storage. And whenever you want, you can tap that storage. So that's the advice I want to give them. Otherwise, it will be boring. If you repeat the music of the rappers, the same thing. If you play rock or other type of music, even on the guitar, maybe you're 30-year-old playing beautiful rock guitar. There is a 5-year-old in Thailand playing better than you. So, stick to your traditional, to the roots. That's the first advice. The next one is don't be in a hurry. This is for the musicians. I know a very short story. A farmer had kids, and those kids decided to plant. Why not plant like our dad is doing? Bring some corn, maize, and plant it. They planted it. They waited 3, 4, 5 days. It doesn't come up. It doesn't grow. So they decided to dig and see why is it not growing. So whatever creativity we create and give to the people, we have to wait. it needs time, So ours, like 50 years to think about it. Yeah. And don't be in a hurry. Yeah, do your job. Try to be creative and let the people listen to it and let them decide. If they like it, then you're making sense. Yeah, so that's the second advice I want to give. Okay, now, general, the youth, like Amano and others, beautiful people, here. All of them are, going back to the roots. They are listening to the old music, and they're sharing their experiences with others as well. So I want everyone to follow this. And Amano, you're an incredible example. I'm telling you. That's why I gave in for you. Yeah, I never gave interviews. Never gave interviews. Never. I mean, this is an incredible guy. Okay, not only him. There are guys who is so cultured. Oh, another beautiful people, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
those
man.
guys are something else.
So they're not restricted in, what would people say about this. No, they're not. They will just share what they talk about in schools, with their friends, So that's it. This is the beginning. So I'm glad that they joined us here as well, because they're following this step and listening on the oldies but goodies and base their, creativity on those songs. Then would make sense, Afrobeat, Nigeria and, Cameroon, high life. And now they came up with Amapiano, South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Why not the Horn of Africa? Why not create our own? What's common? I don't know I don't know. I'm working on it. If I'm successful, it's good. But why not come up with?
You guys already did it. The Ethiopian sound is something else.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I know it is. But there's more to it. There's more to it. It's good, but we have to build, and that breakthrough should be, we have to be part of the world music. And Aster Awoka tried that.
Yeah.
He went to a certain stage. Mahamud did that. And Mulatu is extremely popular. Mulatu outside Ethiopia is an incredible. He's a god, So that's a good thing, but it's only a certain category, a certain genre. Okay, that something that would unite, the Horn of Africa as a whole. Some style, I don't know. It's somewhere. I'm telling you. Yeah, we just have to.
You're still working on it.
Dig,
with Afro now.
Dig deeper.
Yeah, with Afro now.
Afro Nile, yes, yeah. Afro Nile is using technology as a leverage and doing the 50 years stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking, hopefully will make sense, slowly, but we want followers. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, you can tell them to.
Yeah,
they will listen to you, I think.
So I guess first off, I call Salam Gashe, and for those of you who don't know what that means, Gashe is like it's like a term of like respect for someone, an elder person, and Salam is a man of wisdom. He just have to sit down and listen. He's the type of person when he enters the room, you don't say a thing and you just listen. A lot of the stuff that you've shared with us tonight is just an amazing song.
Thank
And
you.
I
It's an honor. It's an honor for me also. Yeah. Yeah. It's a continuity, in Amharic, the Abbat Dasilwa ልጅ ሲወለድለት. That's how it is. Yeah. The continuity works. Yeah, works. Yeah.
It was October 2021 when I first ran into Selamino. I was probably like the first few months that I was in the DMV, and I was in Alexandria. And funny enough, I had the Jagol no Beto vinyl, the one in the middle right here, sitting in my trunk. I don't know why it was in my trunk, but I was driving around. I heard that there was Ethiopian festival in Alexandria. So I decided to visit. I didn't really know anyone, and just going out there, you meet a lot of new people. So I went out there. I brought my vinyl out there, and I was just listening to Mahmoud Ahmed. He was there playing with Selamino, and I just held my vinyl up there. And at the end of the concert, Salam flagged me down, and that's when I met Salam. But I was overcome by a lot of emotion because IBEX and ROHA are people that I grew up listening to, and shout out to my parents. Like they really raised me off of that stuff, and from there we just we started working. I moved to Dallas a couple of years ago, and I hit Salam up about doing an Afro Nile show out there, and which was really nice. It was a great experience, but we just continued from there, and he was there with us a couple months ago at the Tizita Hi-Fi New Year's show at Soest with Balamoya and Beatty Zalalam. And I moved back to the DMV about a couple months ago. Really, after that experience, I just knew I had to come back here, and I hit Salam up and I was like, let's do this. Let's do this. And, here we are today. And thank you, everyone. Thank you.
And it will continue as well. I'm planning to do it maybe every month with him. Yes. I'm writing a book on all my experiences. Like he told you earlier, at the Addis Ababa University, I wrote my senior essay. I'm trying to expand that with all the experiences I have up. The story continues. So yeah, so I'm trying to do that, and I'm very reluctant not to share what I'm going to write on my book. But with him, it's okay. Yeah, because we're teaching a lot of youth, and we can see the response, and we want everybody, to encourage him and the others. This hasn't happened, for a long time. The youth, all of their cultures has been stolen, and I don't have to tell you, what's happening here everywhere. So let's work on it. So he forgot to tell people. They will listen to you. That's why I can subscribe.
I will. That's at the end. That's not the end yet. It's not the end yet.
That was what I was waiting for.
I got you. Yeah. Selamino Music on Instagram. Please follow him. Actually, if everyone could take out their phone, if you have an Instagram, please follow Selamino Music. One of the most technology savvy guys at his age. Man. And also too, if you can, Tizita Sounds, We So Cultured, and our official hospitality partners, Balamoya. Without them, we couldn't have done this. everyone was instrumental to putting this together. So before we get into the giveaway, I wanted to play a song, Eski Bakabe by Mahmoud Ahmed. It was my mom's favorite song. I remember sending it to her when I first discovered it, and she was telling me like, "Oh, I want you. Like, you reminded me of my young days. I was so madly in love with your dad back then when this was playing." And it's a special song, and my mom is no longer here with us today, but um, you know, that picture over there, I carry it with me everywhere, and she's here. She's here with us, and yeah, I want to share that song with you all, and then we'll get into the giveaway. All right. Eski Bakabe by ROHA Band. With Muhammad Ahmed on there, and if you guys look through the booklets, you can see how much my mom loved Selamino. There's a screenshot in the booklet that explains her love for Selamino, and thank you. Thank you for what you've done for Ethiopian music, man. Thank you. Before we get to the giveaway, I'm going to take a couple questions from the audience. Pick someone random. Sammy, can you hit the light real quick? Thank you.
Hi, Salam. Any plan to have reunion with ROHA Band and any tour, something like that?
Yeah, I've been asked this question for a very long time, and we tried with the Ephraim Tamrus Ndegana album. Giovanni and David were in Addis, and they sent me the data here, so I played my guitar from here and sent it back. So our hope was that will gather us again and bring about the dream of many, but it didn't work. So the second chance I can see is what Musikawi, the ones who recorded our IBEX instrumental, they're planning to do the ROHA instrumental as well. So if they do that, at least me, Giovanni, and David can get together and tour, maybe, if possible. I don't know. That's the only thing. Yeah.
Great question.
Thank you for the wonderful event. I really appreciated hearing your stories. I'm curious, you've been doing this for a very long time. Was there ever a period of time where you had where you stepped out of music, where you didn't perform, or you didn't do anything with music for a while? And I'm wondering what brought you back out of it, if any.
That's a very good question. And yes, maybe I will not go into details. But when I left Ethiopia for 4 years, until I brought my family here, I was doing other stuff. I was a real estate agent and doing something else. Fana, my good friend, is here. We were doing real estate, and that was the only 4 years that I was away from music. But music as a work. as a job. Otherwise, I kept on listening. I kept on playing at home. As I told you earlier, this is a gift. That's it. That's what I believe. And all the melodies I play, they are directly from God. That's what I believe. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made sense. Whatever I play, why is it people love what I play? Why? I cannot even explain it. So, just to answer your question, I've never stopped playing music, and I'll never stop playing music. My mom used to tell me, when she was pregnant, when I used to kick her belly, when I listened to music, and when I grow up, they were telling me this, and I think that is in my heart. It grew. So not only me, even my parents knew that something is going to happen. But as any parent, they don't want their kids to fail, especially the music profession. We as IBEX, ROHA, and Walias band, we paid dearly, I'm telling you. I cannot tell you the whole story. We'll do it some other time. People were not even willing to pay us. I'll say it in Amharic. ምግብ ከበላችሁ ከጠጣችሁ አይበቃችሁም ወይ? So this is the price we paid. So I'm not willing to stop, I'll continue. So thank you for the question.
It's a great question.
Hi. Okay, so I remember you talking about the curfews. And so my thing is when were the curfew hours? How did you record, practice, and when did you perform? All within this time frame.
This is another excellent question, yeah. Because I've tried to address that on my book as well. And Francis Falsetto, the curator, he's a good friend of mine. And from the articles he wrote, he would say, when the Derg came and the curfew was in place, everything died. But I always tell him, that's not true. Of course, there are rules and regulations, የኢምፔሪያሊስት ሸቀጥ ማራገፊያ አንሆንም፣ whatever. ቀይዋ መብራት ስትጠፋ አብረው ይጠፋሉ፣ አብረናቸው ይጠፋሉ እንል ነበር እና sorry, I said it in Amharic. So we had to adjust. What we did was people usually come around 10, 11, midnight, dance, and if they don't like the music at Ras Hotel, they would go to Gion or Hilton. That was the luxury they had. But after the curfew, you know what we did? We kept everybody until up to midnight. Everybody's in until morning. They are with us. That's it. We adopted and changed the whole situation. The whole situation was changed. That's when all these 300 cassettes were recorded. So if there's a will, there's a way. That worked. It worked with us. So that's how we did it. Yeah. Excellent question. Yes. Yeah, thank you.
I'll do one more. Hold on. I have to, give each side equal chance.
Appreciate it. First off, thank you for a beautiful night. This was an incredible experience. So for you to come out here and share with all of us, I'm incredibly grateful. The question I wanted to ask was, as a man who's lived many lives, what moves you today? Like, what inspires you? What excites you? What keeps you going every day?
I believe I just started. That's how I teach myself. I haven't finished what I wanted to do. So concerning music, the last 20, 25 years, I started playing with young musicians. And as much as they even forgot that I'm older than them. So my love for music, and there is no hierarchy on that. So sharing this experience with the young and still continuing, Now I'm playing with those 20 years old. Now they're at 40. But I'm playing with a 20-year-old now. So, yeah, that's a blessing. And there is a drive in me. First of all, I believe it's a gift. Secondly, my wife laughs at me sometimes because I would open the TV, the YouTube channel, and would love to play one of the songs, those popular songs, Ed Sheeran or whatever, Then I would play. Then it was very hard for me. And it, sometimes 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So one day she woke up and saw me there with my guitar at 2 a.m. Then she saw me crying. What? ምን አድርገህ ነው ደግሞ እንደዚህ የምትለው የምታለቅሰው? No, I did it. I was extremely happy because I copied that thing, and I kept on doing that, So that keeps me alive, that hope, So that light will never go out. Yeah. Thank you.